Hi, I'm Tara, the founder of The Sophisticated Sidekick. And if you've ever said, I'll get my affairs in order someday, this is your sign that someday needs to be today. I work with people who put it off, who meant to get organized, who thought they had time, and then the unthinkable happens, and their families are left to deal with the aftermath. I've also experienced it personally when somebody very close to me died unexpectedly and didn't have anything prepared. So let me show you the 5 mistakes. Mistake number 1, thinking a will is a plan. Here's the thing. A will is one document. It's not a plan. It's very important, and I recommend everybody have one and meet with a lawyer and have it drawn up in accordance with the law in your area. But a will won't tell your family where your documents are. It won't tell them what bank you use. And it won't tell them what you want medically if you're unable to speak for yourself. It doesn't say who gets the dog, or who should manage those subscriptions online, or how to log into your phone. It kicks in after the chaos. You need something before that. Something that your loved ones can follow when they're overwhelmed and grieving. When you're experiencing grief, you're vulnerable. And adding all of these administrative detail-y issues, it enhances the stress. Mistake number 2, keeping everything in your head. You might know what you want, but if it's not written down, it doesn't count. What if you're the one who manages everything in your family? You pay the bills, you have the passwords, you know who the family doctors are, and if something happens to you, all of that could be lost. You don't need a 3-ring binder or a complicated software program. You just need to start. One list, one folder, one conversation. It's about finding direction, taking those necessary steps to move forward and make someday today. Mistake number 3 is avoiding the talk. No one wants to talk about end-of-life stuff. It's not comfortable. It's awkward to bring up. But unfortunately, silence causes chaos. I've seen families who didn't know what, let's say, their dad wanted, so they guessed. They argued. They stopped speaking. Siblings no longer talking to each other. I mean, it's very sad what can happen. The conversations you're avoiding matter so much more than you think. You don't have to have dramatic conversations. You could simply say something like, hey, I started organizing some of my stuff. Can I just show you where I keep them? That one sentence could just prevent years of confusion and resentment. My children are in their early 20s. I can already show them all of that stuff because they're old enough to understand. Mistake number 4, ignoring your digital life. Everything important is behind a password now. Bank accounts, photos, cloud storage, even your utility bills a lot of the time. If no one can get into your phone or your email, they're locked out of your life. Start a password list. Use a password manager if you can. Tell someone where it is, because if they can't find it, it's gone. My biggest concern is photos, because I've taken so many photos over the years, and it would be a real shame if my family could not access them. Mistake number 5, leaving stuff for later. Stuff, I mean things. You don't need to declutter your whole house today. That would be pretty impossible for almost all of us. But you do need to think about it. When you're gone, your family's not going to know what mattered and what didn't. They'll be grieving, vulnerable, sad, devastated, hurting, and they'll be surrounded by boxes, trying to guess, having to go through them to even see what's inside them. And that's not fair. That's not fair to those people. So pick 3 things that matter. Write a note, start there. You don't need to get rid of everything. You just need to make the meaning clear. So you can just start small. Say, oh wow, this jewelry that I haven't worn in years, but is really nice. I'm gonna give that to my niece because I think she'd really enjoy it. And why wait until I'm gone? I can just give it to her now, and then I get the added bonus of seeing her wearing it. It gives me pleasure in the meantime, but it also leaves less chaos on the other end. If any of this hits home, you don't have to figure all this out on your own. I got you. I've already created what you need in the form of my book, Don't Leave a Mess, which gives you roadmap, real stories. It's very relatable. And I now have a fillable workbook that shows you how to organize your life one step at a time, one topic at a time. And if you want personalized help, I offer a 90-minute private session where we can create your plan together and do some of this work one-on-one. You can grab any of those today. But if you're not quite there yet, and that's completely understandable, you can start with one of my free tools. I do have a decluttering checklist, and I do have a quiz to see, are your affairs in order? Maybe you're ahead of the game. Maybe you've already got so much taken care of that this information isn't for you. I do have a dear friend who purchased my book and read it and gave me wonderful feedback, but also said that he'd already prepared all of that for his family because he's one of those unique people that hasn't put it off. Anyway, your peace of mind is worth this. Your family's future is worth this. Your legacy is worth this. So start now. One decision, one document, one act of love at a time. Let's stop putting it off.